Hello and welcome to Vidre Android channel, and also welcome you to the series of video tutorials on MSP432 Launchpad tutorials using Simplink SDK and CCS. So in this tutorial I am going to show you how to use the 7 segment LED display with MSP432. So I am going to use the single segment 7 segment display, and we'll try to connect with the MSP432, and then we'll try to increment a counter on 7 segment display. So let's get started. So this is how the connections are made with the MSP432. So I have connected all the segments starting from A to G to the port P4 of the MSP432. And so while connecting from the MSP432 to the 7 segment display, you need to use 100 ohm or 220 ohm resistors. Okay. And if you look at the 7 segment display here, so apart from the 7 segment pins, we used to have 2 more pins, actually 3 more. So 2 are the common pins and the other one is the decimal point. Okay, so we are not going to use the decimal point. Regarding the COM pin, so I am using the common cathode display, so that is why I have connected the common pin to the ground. So if you are using a common anode display, you need to connect this common pin to the 3.3 volts, and this is the truth table for displaying the numbers onto the 7 segment display. Suppose if you want to display a 0, so we need to off the G, and then we need to make turn on the all the segments apart from the G. So this is how the truth table goes. I have listed all the numbers, and this is the array of the elements. Okay, so we are going to use this array of elements in the code. So that's all for the theory. Now let's get started with the CCS. Okay, open the CCS. So we are going to use the one of the existing projects. So I'm going to use the Blink project here. Okay, copy this project. Okay, copy and paste it here and rename it as 7 segment. Okay, click on copy. So here change this file from the blink.c to 7 segment, and also change this sysconfig file, rename it as 7 segment. Okay, click on OK. Now we are going to configure the project. So to configure the project, use the sysconfig file. So double click to open this sysconfig file. It will take a while to open. Now once it is open, you will see an existing configuration, that is the configuration of a blue LED. So we don't need this, so delete this. So the first step, you need to go to RTOS and select the no RTOS, because we are only using the no RTOS projects. We are not going to use any RTOS. Okay, and then now we need to configure these 7 pins. They are all GPIO pins. So configure the GPIOs. So to configure the GPIOs, go to the GPIO here and then click on add instance, and then here we will name it as a GPIO segment underscore A. Okay, and we are not going to use any hardware, and the mode is the output mode, and of course output type is a standard, output strength is medium, initial output state is low. We are not going to use any pull up or pull down. And in the pinmux configuration, okay, expand this, and we, as I said, we are going to use the port P4. Okay, look for the P4 and 0. Okay, so port P4 and the first pin, so which is a pin number 24, and so again we need to add 6 more pins. So do that. So this is a segment B, segment underscore B. Similarly, it is an output, and then we need to configure the pin as P4.1. Okay, again we need to add one more. This is segment underscore C. It is an output pin, and the pin number is P4.2. Add another instance. This is segment underscore D. Again it's an output pin, and then expand the pin configuration. This is a P4.4. Okay, and again one more add instance. This is E, and then this is an output mode, and the pin number is P4.5. No, there is, it's a P4.5, sorry. Okay, again we need two more instances. Okay, the one for segment F, and the mode is an output mode again, and then the pin mux configuration, you need to select this as a this is a P4.5. I think we did a mistake here. You see there is a pin configuration conflict is here. I think this is the point, this is 3. Okay, C is a 2 and D is a 3. It is not P4.4, it's a 3. And then E is a P4.4 and the F is a P4.5. Yes, and again we need to add one more instance. This is for G, segment underscore G, and then here the mode as a output mode, and then of course in the pin configuration, so you need to select that as a P4.6. So now we are done with the pin configuration for the 7 segment. So we have configured the 7 pins and then we make them as a output. Okay, and save the configuration, and also we are going to use the one of the button, so configure that. So again add one more GPIO instance here, and this is a config GPIO button. Make sure all are capital letters. Button underscore S1 we are going to use, and you know the S1 pin is connected to P1.1. okay, so again it is a input mode, and of course we need to use the pull up, and then interrupt trigger method is a falling edge, and the callback function you can call it as a GPIO underscore callback underscore S1 button or button S1. And then here we are going to use the one of the hardware existing hardware button, that is a launchpad button S1. Obviously you will see in the pin configuration that pin is selected here. Now we have configured the button in the interrupt mode. So to configure the interrupt priority, so if you go scroll up, and you will able to see a global parameter settings here, and expand this, and here you will able to see interrupt priority, and if you see here by default it is allocated to 7, which is the lowest priority. Once 1 means it is a highest priority, so we'll go with the default settings. So that's all for the configuration. Save the configuration. To generate the code you need to compile the project, so click on this project and then click on this hammer icon to build the project. So there is a config GPIO blue LED is existing in the code. So now go to the 7 segment .c file, and here I have written some code previously, so I remove this, we don't require, and again save the code, select the project and compile the project again. It will throw an error, we'll see that. Now we got one error called unresolved symbol GPIO underscore callback underscore button underscore S1. This is true because we haven't defined this. So now go to the generated code, okay, and expand this is config, and then now go to the TA drivers underscore config.h, and here you will find the callback function. So this is the callback function. So copy up to y, and then go to the 7 segment here, and above the main here I think we don't need this, and then here you need to open the callback function. So save the code and then click on this project and click on the hammer icon to build the project again. The build is finished successfully without any errors and warnings. Now we are going to write a simple code, okay, which will be used to display a number onto the 7-segment display based on the button press. Okay, so first we'll implement the button functionality here, and then we'll implement the 7-segment functionality in the while loop. Okay, so the button functionality is simple. So if the index, okay, if index is equals to config underscore GPIO button s1, then here we are going to increment a global variable. So for that we need to declare a global variable of integer type, okay, and name it as a button press and initial assigned to 0. So when the button is pressed, we are going to make this button press as equals to 1, okay, and that's all for the GPIO callback function. Now go to the while loop here, okay. Before that we need to use the array which we have defined in this side, okay. Copy this entire array of numbers and then you can paste it here as a global. Now here also declare a number, so which is of integer type 8 underscore t, let's take it as a number and initialize to 0. So this is the number which we would like to display onto the 7-segment. Okay, so save the code. Now go to the main and go to the while loop here. Now in the while loop, okay, so based on the button press, so we are going to increment the number onto the 7-segment display, and if the button is released and the number onto the 7-segment display will be same as the previous one. Okay, so for that we are going to write a simple if else loop. So if, okay, and the condition is very simple, if the button is pressed is equals to 1, okay, then we are going to update the number onto the 7-segment display. So for that we will going to implement a function called 7-segment underscore update. Let's give it as a uppercase, and this function will take an argument, so that is the basically the number value, so with the 7-segment numbers. So copy this and paste it here, so and pass the number as a index. Okay, once the number is displayed onto the 7-segment display, so we are going to increment the number. So now we are going to compare the number onto the 7-segment display. So if the number is greater than 9, then we are going to make the number as 0, because we will only display the numbers from 0 to 9 on the single 7-segment display. Okay, once this is done, and we are going to make the button press equals to 0. This is for clearing the flag, okay, and else we are going to display the number as it is. That is, when the button is not pressed, we are going to display the number as the previous one. Okay, let's call a delay to see a number onto the 7-segment. So for that we need to call the sleep, and then here I am going to give it as a 1 second. Okay. So now save the code. So now the pending task here is the implement the 7-segment display update function. So copy this function, okay, and go to the above main here. It is a void. It going, because it's not going to return any value, and the function here it's going to take a one argument, that is a integer type, okay, and give it as a number. Okay, now we'll take the number and we'll split it, this number into the individual bits, and then and those individual bits will be written to the MSP432 pins as the output pins. So to write the pins, so there is a function called GPIO underscore write. Okay, and here the first parameter is the index. So first pin is the config underscore GPIO underscore segment underscore A, and then the index value here what we are going to use, we are going to take the number. Okay, we are going to take this number, and this number is right shifted to the corresponding pin position. That is, in case of segment A it is a 0, and we are going to end this shifted bit with the 0 cross 0 1, and we will do the same for all other pins. So copy this, this is for C, this is for D, E, F, and we need one more, so that is G. Okay. And this should be shifted by 6, this is by 5, this is by 4, this is by 3, this is by 2, and this is by 1. So, that's all for the 7 segment update function. So save the code, and now we are done with the code. So click on this project and click on this hammer icon to compile the project. Now we see that the code is compiled successfully without any errors and warnings. Now make the connection according to the diagram here, and then connect the board. Now to upload the code onto the MSP432, so click on this debug button, and then it will ask for, do you want to reuse the debug settings previously set? Click on yes. Now once the debug prospect is open, so click on this resume icon to upload code onto the MSP432. Once the code is uploaded onto the MSP432, you will able to see a 0 onto the 7 segment display, and to increment the number onto the 7 segment display, you need to press the S1 button. So even though I press the button, the number onto the 7 segment display is not incrementing. I think there is a mistake with the code. So let's close the or terminate the debug session. Now go to the 7 segment, and here, so we have implemented the 7 segment update. This function is working because we are able to see a 0 onto the 7 segment display, and the button functionality callback function we have implemented here. And yes, here we did a mistake. Okay, even though we have implemented a function for the callback, we haven't initialized that callback here, so we need to initialize the callback here. So to initialize the callback, so there is a function called GPIO underscore. Its function name, it is a set callback function, and the first one is the index is nothing but the pin, so that is a config underscore GPIO underscore button S1, and here we need to pass the callback function, so that is this one, GPIO underscore callback underscore button underscore S1. So paste here, and then we need to enable the global interrupts. So to enable the global interrupts, so there is a function called GPIO underscore enable interrupt. Okay, and then here also we need to pass the index as a pin number, that is the config underscore GPIO underscore button S1. Okay, now save the code, select the project, compile the project, and then click on the debug button. Now click on this resume icon to upload code onto the MSP432. Now you will able to see 0 on the 7 segment display. Now press the S1 button to increment the number onto the 7 segment display. So the moment I press the button, you see the number onto the 7 segment display will increment by 1 for every 1 second. That's all for this tutorial. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching it.